Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Chen Kong. And homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dr. Tarji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of the group practice tonight, Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva with the greatest vows. Sumo, Tanzen Gyatso, Tutan Siddhi, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. How do you do?
Hola amigo, te quiero mucho. Sukoin, Ichiba, Kimochi, Chumi, Miyapi, Purin Purin, Konbanwa. 我们刚刚看了这个动画。
Just now, we watched the animation produced by D.B. Boye.
它有2个法会。
There will be 2 ceremonies.
一个法会呢是在 Linwood.
One is in Linwood.
一个法会呢是在
And the second one is at the Rainbow Temple. And one of them, there will be a transmission of the Golden Mother's instant money. And the next one, there will be empowerments for Mahotara. So the one organized by the Seattle Lizang Temple is instant money of Golden Mother, and the one at the Rainbow Temple is Mahotara. So one is to give, to bestow good fortune, the other one is to bestow health. These are all very important. In life, what we strive for is happiness and health. And happiness is very broad, and health is also most important because health is our wealth, as important as happiness. If we have happiness and health, what else do we ask for? So these 2 ceremonies are very important ceremonies. So I hope so that you can join
没有完全过
but
去。
we still should be
我
careful
希望我们这个法会啊，
about the
有
pandemic
佛光助照，佛光助照，
because the pandemic is not over yet, and I hope for the ceremonies will be showered by the Buddha's lights and
每
by
一个
the
人都身体健康，
lights of the
健
deities,
康康的，
that everybody will be
能有健健
healthy
康康的回来，
to come, join the ceremony, and
最是重要。
healthy and safe going back home.
那大家也要注意一下这个
So
防疫。
everybody should also
那
pay
哪里有
good
这个
attention to
COVID-19 的这
uh,
个病毒在那里，
avoiding
要走过去。
the COVID-19. If you notice any areas with
还要看清楚他
COVID-19,
们，
then
看
you
清楚
should avoid it. You should
你有这个
notice them, see them clearly.
有慧眼，有法眼，有天眼，
So if you have
你就会看到病毒在哪里。
the Buddha's eyes, Dharma eyes,
我们修行是要修出正量，
and heavenly eye. So in our spiritual cultivation, we should have
用
signs or proofs of your realization. If you do, you have those
做了
proofs
结界，
and signs, then you
就算有
should
病
be
毒在那里
afraid.
走过去，病毒
So
没
if
有
you have
你
done
要上台
protection, then even if the viruses are
这个
coming
病毒是
over,
不行的。
they would be diverted.
但是我们
The viruses are very
密教的结界
incredible
也是无形，
and cannot be,
用无形来对付无形，
they are quite incredible. But
你用有形来对付无形，
our protection system is also intangible.
所以我们
So if you use something tangible or with
无形的结
forms
界
to counter the intangibles, then that would be
那病毒过来的话，
impossible.
那个光体就
But if you use this
可以把这个病
intangible
给
protection,
它隔开，
it's like a body of light.
它不会侵
So
入到
when the virus is coming to invade you, it would be
有身体健康，
averted by the body of light, and it will not be able to infect
不要
you.
染到那病毒。
So I hope that everybody would stay healthy and not infected by the
我们
virus.
今天是修这个地藏王，
So today we practice Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva
那
Yidam
大愿地藏王是最
and Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva with the
愿力
greatest
最大，
vow. He has the
菩萨
greatest
当中
vow.
愿力最大。
Of all the bodhisattvas, he has the greatest vow.
地藏王菩萨
Therefore, we refer to him as the Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva with the greatest vow.
誓不成佛，
He vowed that he will not become a Buddha
连可
until hells are emptied. He preferred to stay in hells to salvage the hell beings. He vowed not to become a Buddha, or he vowed to become a Buddha only after hells are empty.
那我们
So
是
such a
希望
vow is
每个人
truly
都有这样
tremendous.
子的愿力，
And we hope that everyone would have similar vows.
那一般人是希望
Typically,
走来
people
以后
wish
做到净土，
after they die, they wish to go to the Pure Land and to have attainments in the four sagely realms.
但是有些菩萨
However,
一样
some bodhisattvas are different.
众生，悲悯
They are compassionate, or they
的
have
之间
pity over
或
sentient
者是
beings.
在三恶道，
So they stay in the human realm or in the three lower realms to
是
salvage and deliver sentient beings. So the spirit of Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva is truly admirable.
先讲第一个笑话吧。
Let me first share my first joke.
这个笑话是听得懂台语的，听得懂台语他才会笑。
It's only a joke for people who speak Taiwanese.
今天上
Well, I will not translate them.
老师要求每个同学都要起英文名字啊，英文名字。我苦思了半天，想到了一个很美的名字。这个当然是你的同学了。他起名叫做 Monica。Monica 是很好的名字啊。Monica， 英文名字，想想也没什么不妥，自己也觉得很棒。可是没料到老师上课的时候是加上了姓氏来称呼同学的。老师点名叫到我时，这个时候全班笑到不行，我都忘了我姓孙，所以老师也就是大喊我的英文名字莫妮卡孙。莫妮卡孙。
In the English class, they give someone an English name, and the English name is Monica. And then the teacher called my name with my family name. That sounds like Monica Sheng, which means rubbing your. Anyway, it's a play of word in Taiwanese.
莫妮卡孙。阿弥陀佛。一个小笑话啊！报告连长，我要请假。
Reporting to the leader. I want to take a day off because my wife is giving birth.
连长只好准假。
And so the leader permitted
以后呢
3 days off. And then 3 days later,
小兵回来，连长问这个小兵，恭喜你啊，是男的还是女的？小兵回答，要10个月以后。
the soldier said that, "Oh, congratulations, is it a boy or girl?" And he replied, "Oh, we will know 10 months later."
哎，这个假真的很好请。
So, what an excuse to get days
现
off.
在进入你问我答。
Now we will do question and answer.
台湾的
Question from Taiwan.
台湾的莲花伟达，
莲花伟达，
阿弥陀佛，
Amitabha,
师尊佛安，
homage to Grandmaster. Peace be with you.
弟子
Be
读到
health
95
be with
册
you.
卢胜彦的
I was
传记
reading book number 1995,
会
The Golden
师
Verses
尊
of
写
Song
了
Yan
一个
Lu,
方程式，
on chapter 14 on wisdom.
天真
Grandmaster
Yeah,
wrote
this is-
a formula, mathematical formula.
智慧
Innocence plus knowledge equal wisdom.
加知识
Intelligence plus knowledge equal power.
第三，智
3.
慧加智
Wisdom
慧
plus wisdom equal
天真。
innocence.
可否请师尊详细解
Could
说
you please
此
explain
方程式？感恩师尊。
in details about these formulas? Thank you,
这个方
Grandmaster.
程式，哇，这好早了。
This is long ago, book number 95.
15册的书，卢
The golden verses of Sangyen Lu. I wrote about a formula. So wisdom plus wisdom equal innocence. Innocence plus knowledge equal wisdom. Intelligence plus knowledge equal power. Anyone can explain this? Book number 95. Which year was it written in?
95册卢胜彦的京剧90现在已经288了吧
Now it's book number 288 already.
这是95册，好早哦。
That's long ago.
那个时候写的跟现在写的
What I wrote then and what I write now,
1991年
that was written in 1991.
岁啊
How old was I then?
会算数学1991
Can you calculate?
我那时候46岁啊
I was 46 then. Wow, young man.
年轻人啊不太懂事，怎么会写出这种方程式？
So perhaps I wasn't very smart. How could I write such formula? I mean,
好，告诉大家哈，
not so sensible.
这个方程式如果不解释啊，
This formula,
难令人理解。
if it's not explained, it would be very difficult to
尤其
understand,
是智慧加智慧，
especially for the wisdom plus wisdom, the last formula.
因为有了智慧，
Because
再加上
having wisdom
这个就很奇怪
and
了。
plus
两样
wisdom,
是同样的东西耶，
that's strange. Two same things.
但是其实是不一样。
Actually, they are different.
第一个智慧啊，
The
是
first
人的
wisdom
智慧，
is the wisdom of a human being,
第二个智慧啊，是如来的智慧，
and the second wisdom is the wisdom of the
就是
Tathagata.
如来的智慧是不同的。
So
两个
they
智
are
慧不一
different.
样。
The two wisdoms are different.
如果以人的智慧来讲，
So, from the point of view of
也不天真。
human wisdom, the more mature he is, the less innocent he is. But adding to it the wisdom of Tathagata, then he would become
所以
innocent.
上次不是有一个笑话吗？什么叫做成长？
There was a
什
joke
么
last
叫做
time.
成熟？
What is growing up and what is
还记得
maturity?
那个笑话吗？
Do you remember that joke?
什么叫成长？
What is
不知
growing
道
up
的变成知道，
is that you get to know what you do not know, what you did not
你
know.
知道了，跟人家讲你不知道，
But
就是成熟。
after you know, but you
那么今天我们
say
可
that
以
you
回
do
答
not know, that's called
我是
maturity.
知道了，
So let me answer this question. I know
但是我的
already,
生活呢，假装不知道。
but in my life I pretend I do not know.
所以我告诉你啊，天真加知识等于智慧。
So innocence plus knowledge equal wisdom. Let me tell you,
聪
I
明
don't know.
加知识等于力量，
Intelligence plus knowledge equal power. I
智
don't know.
慧加智慧等于
And
天真。
wisdom plus wisdom equal innocence. I also
三
don't
个
know.
不知道，回答你，莲花
I
回答
don't know. 3
因为智慧
times
已经成熟了。
is my answer to you. because Grandmaster has matured.
让你自己去摸索。
You should mull it over yourself.
在其中了。智慧加
The answer is amidst it, that wisdom plus the wisdom of the Tathagata equal innocence.
如来的智慧是什么呢？
What is the wisdoms of the Tathagata?
它里面就是有5个智慧。
Inside it, there are 5 wisdoms.
法界体性智，
The wisdom of the intrinsic Dharma realm,
大圆镜智，
the wisdom, the mirror-like
平等
wisdom,
性智，妙
the wisdom of equal nature, the wisdom of marvelous observation, and the all-accomplishing
有这5个
wisdom.
智慧，
There are these 5
加上
wisdoms
人的智慧，
on top of your humanly wisdom.
最重要的
And most importantly
平等性智，
is the wisdom of
平
equality,
等性智就是天真。
and that is equal innocence.
在这里啊，我告诉你什么叫做平等性质。
So let me tell you what it means
对于
by
阶级
the
不同的
wisdom
众生，
of the
平
equal
等
nature.
接待，
So for sentient beings at different levels, you treat them
对
equally.
于愚蠢的人，慈悲他，
And toward foolish people, you
接引他，
you show compassion.
听到善的，
And
听到恶的，
toward,
心无分别，
if you hear good or bad,
不
you
见他
have
人
no
之过错，
discrimination. And you don't notice the faults of others.
不要看人家的过错，
You don't notice other people's mistakes.
这个都是属于平等，
These are all equality.
平等性质。还有一个非常重要的，
And one more, which is
见
very
到
important.
三恶道的众生，也
When you
是
see sentient beings in the 3 lower realms, you also view them as the Buddha
地
lands.
藏王菩萨，
That's
今天我们修
innocence.
地藏王菩萨本尊，
Today we practice Siddhikava Bodhisattva Yidam.
就看成佛国，
He treats hells as the Buddha lands.
我上回讲过了，就像圣特丽莎，
Last time I already mentioned about Mother Teresa. She treated everyone as God.
就算有天国，
Even
本来就有天国，
when
主教
heaven exists,
天国，
sure,
都到天国，
the heavenly realm exists. Catholics and Christians would go to
穆斯林是
heavens,
天国。
and Muslim too,
圣特丽莎讲，
all the same. But Mother Teresa said,
我也不去，
even if heaven exists, I
还
will
是
not
要
go
在
there.
黑暗的地方帮助众生。
I will stay at the darkest places to salvage sentient beings.
这种精神，
Such a
天真
spirit,
天真，
that's
实在是非常
innocence,
天真，
extremely
这个就
innocence.
是天真。
This is innocence.
所以我跟这位这个
So
莲花伟达讲，
I'm telling Lianhua Veda,
智慧加智慧等于天真，
wisdom plus wisdom equal
你的
innocence.
智慧加上
Your
如来的智慧
wisdom plus
就会变
Tathagata's wisdom, then it would
那是很
be
自然的
innocence.
柔弱的菩提心，
naturally
出你自己本身的菩提心。
your bodhicitta flows. That is innocence. The natural flow of your bodhicitta is equal innocence.
我们刚刚讲到那个
And just now
的笑话，
we were talking
今
about
天
Monica
突然之间有
Cheng
一个
joke.
女
And
的
today
她叫做
there's a woman that
韦
asks a question, and her name is Veronica.
莫妮卡，莫妮卡是韦罗妮卡，韦罗妮卡吗？
Is Monica the same as Veronica?
维罗妮卡是维罗妮卡问的问题。
So Veronica asks this
记者
following
最近
question.
收到一个电风扇，
1.
但民间
Recently, I received a gift of fan, but
不知道电风扇
folk
算不算
believe it's a taboo to send people
子的心
fan
上
because the sound of fan in
收到
Chinese
电风扇
means
之后
separation.
就一直很担心感情真的会散掉。
So I'm very concerned that my romance will
请问
break up,
师尊，
and I
真
don't
的
know
会
what to
因
do
为
with the
受感
fan.
情沮
But
丧
Grandmaster,
失踪
is
结
it
束
true that if
等
people
这
give
些
you
不
fan,
导致感情的
umbrella, or
或
clocks
是
or
分开
shoes,
吗？
which
如果有，
the Chinese
请问该
homophones
怎么
mean
样处理电
separations?
风扇？
So
是
what
还
should
给
we
他，还
do
是付钱给
with
他
this
用
fan?
买的，还是有什么方法可以化解？
Or should I give money?
谢师尊，
Because this is given by my
奇怪啊，
beloved.
你的英文名字叫维罗妮卡，
Your English name
那你
is
怎么会
Veronica.
知道这个
Veronica.
台湾人的习俗呢？
But how come you're so familiar with the
是
Taiwanese
台湾
folk
人的习俗吧？
uh,
外国人
custom?
有这种习俗吗？我看不会有吧。
It's not
台
common
湾人的
for
习俗是说送扇
Westerners.
表示散开，送时钟就送钟，你就会散掉。
Taiwanese custom is
送
that
钟不送
you
鞋子
know
也是哦，
fan, umbrella sounds like separation, or
晚上
if
要走路
clock
就是要
or shoes
要
is
离开
like
的意思，
you know
要
is
离
the
开
end of your life, or shoes is like
送雨伞
separation.
也是会散掉的意思，也是会散掉。
That's the Taiwanese
你的朋友
local
送给你
belief.
的电风扇，
and your beloved
那
give you a
凉
fan.
在哪边去？
It's asking you to go to wherever it's cool.
哪边凉快哪边去。不会啦，放心啦，这只是一种习俗。
Don't worry. It's just a local
不要紧
belief.
的。
It's a folk
然后
custom
学佛的
tradition.
人哦，
It's okay.
百无禁忌，记得
For Buddhists, we have no taboos whatsoever.
你还有这些禁忌啊。
Why are you
表
worried
示你
about
还是
these
俗人，
taboos,
俗人就是
which mean you're just mundane being?
收起来。叫他说多送几个
Just keep them,
啊，
and you can
那
ask for
多
more.
送几个呢？每一个房间都有。
Then you will
就
have a
因为
fan in
要
each
吹电
room.
风扇的时候跑到那个房间，厨房也送一个
So
客厅
you
也送
don't
一
have
个
to go to
每一个
to
房
the
间
room
送
where
一个
there's one.
厕所也
You
送
have
一
one
个，
in the kitchen, one in the living
对不对？
room, one
浴
in the
室也送一个，
bathroom, one in the
都
toilet.
可以的。学佛的人
It's
就是
fine.
百无禁忌，
For Buddhist practitioners, we have no
那些
taboos
禁忌都是一般人定出来的。
because most of those
那么
taboos
学佛
are
的人不是人，
determined by people, but Buddhist practitioners are not
我
people
们是仙，
because we are sages. with the golden sage. We are Siddhas. Why would we want to be afraid of fans? You're afraid of small fans. How can you become a Buddha then?
So, 不用怕，
No need to be
啊
worried
不用怕
or
什么都
afraid.
不用怕。
Nothing. You
啊
should not
送
be
水
afraid
也
of
好，
anything.
送雨伞也好，
Even
送鞋子也
giving
好，
clocks or umbrellas or shoes, fine.
这个我曾经讲过，跟谁解释啊？哦，
One time I
王
explained
师
something.
师兄拿
Wang
来一个
Zizhu
我以前我写
Fermi
的一个东
Wang
西，那个叫做什么？
brought something that I
第一
wrote.
个有强健的体魄，有强健的体魄。
The first one is a strong body,
跟这个
robust body,
威力无穷的精神，威
and
力无穷的精神跟强健的体魄，
boundless
可以压
energy and
百
spirit
邪，所有的邪气都不会入侵。
can win over all negativities, that none of the negative
对，王之主问的，
energy can
叫做
invade you.
壮言易色，镇压百邪。壮言易色，镇压百邪，就是你本身有
Magnificent
强健的身体，有毅力，
body
有坚强
and
的毅力，
spirit. So if you have
能
strong
够压
body,
住百邪。
healthy body and strong
那么我们
willpower,
修行人
you
就是这
can
样，
win
有
over
强健
all
的身体，
negativities. So as a
那么
spiritual
有坚强的
cultivator,
毅力，
you have a very
邪
robust
就很
body
听话，
and strong willpower,
那些
and
中
nobody
邪啊
can
中杠头的，
invade
中
you.
邪闷格格啊，搞咩死嘢
So
样啊，
those
哎
who
对
who
你已
got
经身体很
black
弱了，他
magics
当然入
or
侵啊，
spells or
他可以
negative
打你啊，
energies is because
因
you're
为你
so
身体很
weak
弱啊，
already.
你精神不
Of
好
course
啊，
they will invade
他就
you
欺负你啊，
because you're
你
weak
身体很
and you
强
have
壮，
no energy,
毅
no
力非常
spirit.
的威猛，
Of course they will attack
邪
you.
哪里敢侵犯你？
But if you have a strong body
连神都怕你，
and
懂吗？
high energy and spirit, they will not dare to invade you. Even the gods would be scared of you.
这是王之主问的，问说这句是什
Question
么意思？
from Fermi Wang. What did it
有
mean?
强健的体魄，
So I explained it. So with the
有无穷大的
robust
毅力，
body
能
and
够
a
压
strong
住百邪。
willpower, then you can
这是跟
subdue
这个
all negativities.
维罗妮卡啊，维罗妮卡讲，
So
你怕
I'm
这个什
telling
么电风扇
Veronica,
啊、雨伞啊、时钟啊，
you're
电铃啊，
afraid of the
这不用怕，
fan, umbrellas, clock, shoes,
压住
such things. No
连
need
鬼
to be
神啊、
afraid.
师尊都不怕，为什么？
So
现在我每天晚
Prime
上
Master is not afraid.
做超度，
Every
千
night
烧
I
瓦法，
perform Bardu
所有的
deliverance
鬼
on the
来，
1,000 vessels,
我都不怕啊，怕什么
1,000
怕？
Dharma vessels. All the ghosts would
他们是
come,
来
and
度
I'm
众
not
生的，
afraid. They come for the
我
Bardu
们每一次
deliverance.
只要走过我家的电冰箱，电冰箱都会 biang biang 一
Every
声，
time I pass
你
by
走
the
在里面就好。
the refrigerator would make a
我
sound
走回到
because
自己的那个卧
they're
室的时
hiding
候，
inside, they're
旁
afraid of
边有一
me.
个竹丛，很好看，
And
是
I
竹
have
竹
a
子的棚景，住在
bonsai
节里面，
of bamboos, and they
每次
live
这样
inside the
这样
bamboo sections, and they would make sound, piang, 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 piang.
我就发声音跟他们讲：你们好，
And then I
不
would
用怕。
say, hey, how are you? No need to be afraid.
你怕什么呢？对不对？
What are you
而
afraid
且
of?
啊，那些神
And those
是
gods,
我潜过来潜过去的，请他
I
们来，请他们
invite
去，
them
请他们
come and
去
go,
办一些事情，
to ask them to do things for me.
所以你只要是有神威的人啊，
So as long as you have
哪怕是什么电风扇，
a position, as long as you have
不怕，
majesty,
好，你就卖了。
like prowess or might, then gods and ghosts would be afraid of you.
251
Second question, Grandmaster, in your book of number 251, you mentioned that with affinities you would get together, and when the affinity ends you would go separate ways. And in books number 282, the encounter with Bodhidharma, it also mentioned that when you lose you will get, and when you get you will lose. Everything starts and ends with the affinities. So because every time I'm thinking about separation with my loved ones, I would feel very sad. But after reading Grandmaster's articles, I can understand, because that whomever we meet in this life, we will be separated someday. So, is this right? So you're just talking about love. Talking about affinity or causes and conditions. In this life, it's quite touching, and they're all tragic stories. The butterfly lovers, Romeo and Juliet, they're all tragic. That's why they're very moving. They're also in love with each other. They're all jealous. Then you would not feel that they're tragic. Only tragedies are very moving. But affinities is such as that. There's gathering and separation. It's spoken by Sakyamuni Buddha. When you have a strong body, one day it would become weak. With affinity you come, but one day you'll go separate ways. That's how it is in this world. In the Saha world, there is nothing to gain. If you understand the Heart Sutra, you would know it is unattainable. What can you attain? What can you get? Nothing. If there is strength, there would be weakness. When there is gathering, there would be separation. That's spoken by Sakyamuni Buddha, and it is a natural phenomena. When the affinity is gone, it does not mean that you will meet again in the future life. If you have no affinity anymore, you will not have any chance to even see each other. You can only be together if you have the affinity. If the affinity is gone, then you don't even have a chance to see each other. That's a natural phenomena. There's nothing to be said about. You should understand this concept. So that's why there's no need to force anything. Just be natural. And you force yourself to be together, there would be suffering. When you chew on the sugar cane, you think that it's always sweet. Let me tell you, one day even when you're completely naked with your boyfriend, that your heart doesn't beat any faster at all. I have told that joke. At old age, you become pure friends, pure platonic friends, that even both are completely naked, you're totally unmoved. When you were young, your heart would beat fast. But once you're together until you're old, the deer that's kind of bumping all over inside your heart is dead already. So you're right saying that there's no need to be so sad. And in the future, you may not see each other anymore. If the affinity is gone, you will not be together anymore. So, yeah, your thing is not bad. Yeah, it's not so bad if you're together again in the next life. I'll be empathetic toward you. Third, from little I already realized that I'm a homosexual. Oh my gosh. But my parents don't support me because homosexuality is against nature. So I'm afraid that if they know, they would be sad. So I don't want them to be sad. So I never tell them. I never told them. And I don't know what I should do. So is homosexuality against the will of God? So you're a woman. So, and your boyfriend is also a woman. Oh no, she's a lesbian? And Grandmaster is not a homosexual, so I don't know how a homosexual person feels. Because Grandmaster is not. Then if I were homosexual, maybe I would understand you, but I really don't. From when I was little, I realized I like the same gender, but my parents don't support. So I'm afraid that if they know my tendency, they would be sad. So I could never tell them. And what should I do? Is homosexuality against nature? Is it violating the precept? Anybody can answer this question? Anyone here that's homosexual? Oh, this disciple is gay. Is a homosexual. Well, let me answer because nobody here is. In Grandmaster's opinion, in Catholicism, they will not allow, they will not approve. They had once stated that they disapprove this. But Grandmaster always just goes with the flow. What it means is, if you
儿
were
女有同性恋的现象，
Grandmaster's children
那师尊随你
that have homosexual tendencies, Grandmaster would
像我
just let it
的
be.
女儿，我自己的儿子，
For my own daughter or son, I would just let them follow their own
他们想做
affinities.
什么就去做，
Whatever they want to do, let them
从
do
来
it.
没有阻止，
I
只
never
是有时候
stop
提
them.
醒他们一下，
I
提醒他
only remind them
这个
sometimes a
这
little
是
bit.
危险的事情，
This is a dangerous
你要
thing.
特别小心。
You want to be very careful.
那佛亲呢是女儿，她的个
For
性比较
Qing
外向，
is a daughter and she's
她喜
more
欢做一些
extrovert.
刺激的事情，
She
越
likes
刺激的事情，越
adventures
刺激她越
and
好。
exciting things. The more exciting, the happier she is.
她喜欢在大海里面游泳，
She
喜欢
loves
到
to
深水里
swim
面潜水，
in the
喜欢
big ocean
这个
and dive,
就是在
and she likes to
山顶上
paraglide,
滑翔翼这样子飞下来，
to fly from the peak of the mountains. She loves to
很多喜欢
ski.
她喜欢滑雪，喜欢滑翔翼，上天下海入地，她都做。
So she does all those adventurous things. Things that I don't dare to do, she would dare to do. That's for Qing.
那佛旗呢，她就比较内向，
And for Qi is more
喜
introvert.
欢在家里，
And he loves to stay at home.
也很少出去交朋友，
Uh,
很少做冒
he
险，
rarely goes out
喜
and
欢
make
就
friends.
是说
He doesn't do adventurous things. He loves photography.
摄影的仪器，
He would have the best equipments. He loves cars. So I just let them be.
但是他喜欢把自己关闭起来，有自己的天地，
So
这样子
he likes to live within his own
佛
world,
性跟佛旗是两个，
and he feels safer that
个
way.
性是外向，一个个性
So both for Qing and for Qi have different temperaments. One is rather extrovert and the other one is rather introvert.
我也是随缘，
If
所以师尊跟你
my
将
children
来交到
have
你
been
跟你的同性
homosexual, I would just let them be too.
要结婚的话，请你来西雅图陪葬室，我给你证婚。
If you are to be married to your partner in the future,
我
I
可以
can
的，
become,
师尊
I can
可以
give you wedding blessing. It's fine for
师尊也
Grandmaster.
同情你，
I would
但是你要
be
你的形象
compassionate
就是这个样子，
toward you.
你也没有办法改。
I would sympathize with you.
又喜欢女生，
And you cannot change yourself. You're a woman and you like another woman. And if both of you want to be married, you can come to Grandmaster, and Grandmaster would give you wedding blessing all the same.
我是喜欢随缘的人，
I like to just let it be.
因为在华盛顿州，同性跟同性是可以结婚的。
In the state of Washington,
United States, Washington State， 是可以的，
homosexuals can be
是可以
legally
跟
married.
同性结婚的。所以师尊，我们西雅图陪葬是给人家扶正，
So at the Seattle Lizang Temple, we have wedding
形
rituals.
象就是这
So
个样了啊，
I can,
没有办法改啊。
I welcome you, because
那你也不
that's
能违
your
背自己的心意啊。
that's your sexual orientation, and you cannot go against it.
是犯戒的吗？
So is that a violation of the precepts? Well, whatever. Doesn't matter
天主教是
violating or not, but in Catholicism it would be
违反。
a violation of the will of heaven.
师尊是很开放，我个人很开放，随缘。
But Grandmaster is very open-minded, everything just goes according to your affinities.
Ah, 今天在讲哈，西菩提
Today we will
在讲
continue
金刚经，
on the Vajra Sutra, Subhuti.
就是佛陀又讲话了。
The Buddha said,
在在处处若有此经，一切世间天人阿修罗所应供养，当知此处即为
this place, all the worldly, celestial, human, and asura beings should make offerings to the place where the sutra is. Know that this place is like a pagoda, which should be respected, paid homage to, circumambulated, in which all kinds of flowers and incense should be offered and sprinkled upon it.
在处处若有此
The
经，
Buddha told Subhuti,
若有金刚经在那里，
at the place where the Vajra Sutra is,
经所应供养。
all the worldly, celestial, human, asura beings should make offerings.
跟人、跟阿修罗、
The heavenly
善
gods,
道
human,
供养，都应该供养
and
这一
asuras, which is the three
当知此处
upper realms or
即为
good
是
realms, should make offerings
有
to
经
the
的
place where the
地方
sutra
有
is.
金刚经的地方就是一个宝堂，
Know that the place with the Vajra Sutra is a precious pagoda,
诸华香
which should be respected, paid homage to, circumambulated, and all kinds of flowers and incense
花香啊，
should be
散在它的金刚经上面啊，或者周围啊，绕着金刚经像绕着。
offered and sprinkled upon it. So
知
you
道了这个
can
过一句话，
circumambulate the Vajra Sutra like circumambulating the pagoda. We
有
know
它
that the
的
Buddha
地
said,
方就有。
where there is a pagoda, there is a Buddha.
所以我们那个寺庙里面呢，常常建塔，
So that's
像这
why
个
we often build pagodas
彩虹
inside
山庄
the
彩
monasteries.
虹雷藏寺
Like at our Rainbow Temple,
五轮塔，
we have the 5 chakra
有五个
pagodas. 5 of them, right?
五个五轮塔哈，你就是经常去绕塔，因为有塔的地方
And
就
you
有
can often circumambulate them
在古代
because
呢
where there is a
我们
pagoda,
布
there
坛
is a
的时
Buddha.
候啊，有时候我们
In
去
the
教堂
ancient time, when we set up the altar
这
in
个
Tantric Buddhism,
佛的金身在这里，好了
the statue of the Buddha is
从这个
here
地方
to his right
有塔
or
就供
the dragon side.
因为塔就代表
Then we would offer a pagoda
经典的放在
because the Buddha
经典就代
the
表
pagoda represents the Buddha, and the sutras is on the tiger side because the sutras represent the
那么这
Dharma,
本金刚经呢，就代表着佛，
and the Vajra Sutra represents the Buddha
因为里面它有本身的佛意在里面，
because
在里面。
inside the Vajra Sutra there is the Buddha's mind. So Vajra Sutra symbolizes the Buddha.
副边
So on the dragon side you place the pagodas, and on the tiger side you place the sutras, which represent the Dharma. But the Vajra Sutra can also be placed on the dragon side to represent
那供养呢，
the pagoda,
花香，花
or
花的香
symbolized by
散
the
在那个
pagoda.
地方
So of course you can make offerings and sprinkle flowers,
啊，以前我
and you
就有
can
那个
pay homage and
有
circumambulate
一个
it.
鬼，那个时候啊，我在写文章，
One time I was saving a ghost. I was writing my book,
雷非常响，
and there were thunders all of a sudden around the house, very loud,
昏天暗地啊，
very dark clouds,
黑天暗地，
very
叫
dark,
黑天暗地，就是天非常的黑，
dark sky and dark clouds,
打雷，
as if it's going to rain,
我书房旁
and
边
thunders and
闪电大雷，
lightnings
打着这个
around my
师傅打一
office,
次就没
my
有了，10次
study.
100次，这个雷
And
声
not
响
just a
得
few
要命，就在
times,
我的房
it's
间，我的书房，我在书上
tens
的
or
书房，
100 times.
奇怪啊，怎么
It's
闪
just
电就一直在这边，
around my
在我的
study where I was
在
writing
我
my
的房间
article.
书房
It
的
was
周
so
围一直打
strange.
打
How
我的
come
而且天
the
昏地暗，
thunders are just always around me, around my
那时候我一
study,
看，
and it was really
脚
dark
底下
sky and dark
那个书
clouds.
桌底下有东西在动，
And then I look, and something's moving near my
哇，
leg, under my desk.
天哪，
And then I look further.
是一
Oh,
个很漂亮的
heaven!
女鬼啊，
It's a really
躲在我书
beautiful
桌底下，
female ghost hiding under my desk.
哇，她好漂亮啊，好漂亮的女
Oh,
鬼
she
啊，
was extremely gorgeous,
真的像仙女一样的妙曼，
extremely
鬼能够变
beautiful,
成这样子，那么
like a
妙曼的女
fairy.
鬼，真的是少见啊。
It's rare to see such a beautiful ghost.
那个女鬼看到我在看她，
And the
她跟我讲，
female ghost saw me looking at her, and she said, Grandmaster Lu, save me.
感应到，
And then,
闪电打雷，
all of a
抓
sudden,
这个女鬼，
I realized, I understood that
我
the
的房间
thunders
周
and
围
lightnings were trying to
雷
catch,
神，
to capture this female
九天
ghost,
鹰眼，雷声，
Chu Tian Yin Yan,
普化天尊，
and
在我的
Lei Shen and San Tian, the
九
thunder
天鹰
god
眼，雷声普化天尊，
and lightning god,
在我的这个房子
goddess
周围这样子走
Chu
来
Tian
走
Yin
去
Yan,
走
Lei
来
Shen
走去，
Pu Fa
闪
Tian
电一直
Zhen.
放，
So
把
they're
那个
just
女鬼打死。
around my study,
当时我请了一个
throwing
纸
the
飞机，
thunders and lightnings, trying to capture this female ghost.
这个书橱放
So I generated compassion,
刚好有金刚经，
and it so happened there was a Vajra Sutra on the bookshelf behind me. I took it and placed it on top of her head,
放在那个鬼的头上，那个女鬼的头上。
on top of the head of the female ghost.
过一会儿，
And after a
旁
while,
边有一棵树，
there was a tree
砰一声
next to the
就把那树
study,
砍掉，
and bang,
然后树就断掉，
the tree broke,
然后开始天就开始晴了，
and then the sky cleared up,
九天鹰眼雷声
and
普
the
化天
dark
尊，
clouds that
知道
dissipated.
无师尊救这个女鬼，
So the thunder god and lightning goddess knew that Grandmaster Lu was saving this female ghost.
就等于佛
So the thunders and lightnings could not reach her, because the Vajra Sutra was on top of her head. It is as if a Buddha was sitting on top of her head.
然后我就
So such thing did happen. So I saved this female ghost. So that female ghost was extremely grateful to
我这个
me.
人就是人家求我说，卢师尊
So
救我，
that's how I am. If someone begged me to
这
save
句话
them,
因为讲着
Grandmaster Lu, save me, because he spoke it very sweetly.
我心就软，
Then my heart softened and I saved her.
但是我也教他是改邪归正，
But I also taught her to change
他
her evil deeds.
然后他变成我的
And she took refuge
的侍者，
and she became my attendant.
就是这样。
That's how it
金刚经
was.
是可以救人，
So Vajra Sutra can
因为
save
它等于
people,
佛住在顶上，
because that was the same as a Buddha sitting on top of her head.
普化天尊
Jiu Tian Yin
是
Yan
雷神，
and Lei Shen Pu Fa
都没有
Tian
办
Zhen.
法
The thunder god could not strike her.
有这一段故事哦，
So
大家知道，
that was such a story
好像我也写在书上吧。
that I think I have written it in the book, in my book, right? I used the Vajra Sutra and placed it on top of her head. So now, whatever I do, I'm really getting along with the ghost. When I go home, there are many ghosts, but they are all good ghosts. So I live together with ghosts. I have said it, right? There is a hallway from Simu's bedroom to my bedroom. I have to pass through several walls, and the wall would bang, and a head would show up. Another bang, another head showing up. So many heads for a long line. And then I ask, what are you doing? Are you shocking me? Because when they make the sound, I would be shocked. Nobody's around. As I was walking back, Namo Siddhikarma Bodhisattva, the first one I would see. The next one is Namo Mahasri, Namo Sakyamuni Buddha, Namo Mahotara Heruka, Namo Avalokiteswara Bodhisattva, Namo Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Guru Padmasambhava, Namo the Black Wrathful Dakini, Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jet Pond, Namo Guru Padmasambhava, Namo Akalanata, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Vajra Sattva, Namo Yamantaka, and all the earth gods, and Tiger Head Vajra, and all the deities. I just refer to the ones on the lower floor as all deities, but the one on the upper floor, as I walk by, I will call upon them one by one. And then, as I walk by, out of the walls, they would make sound, bang, 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 and stick out their heads. And I said, are you trying to shock me? And they said, no, I just want blessings from Grandmaster Lu. So as I walk by, I would give them blessings. So every day I'm together with the ghost. When I reach the bamboo bonsai, there will be sound. There's so many strange sounds at home. And Simo has good hearing and should be able to hear it. And also those who live at my house, they would hear that too. And as I walk by the fridge would also make sound, and the walls, each of the walls would make sound. And sometimes I would walk by the dark place like the exercise room, and the door would move, and then to close the door, and then I would push it open, and I ask, what are you doing? So late already. Why are you pushing the door? And they said that they're having a meeting. And then I pushed open the door and took a look. A huge group inside, hundreds or thousands of them. So crowded in there. So I get used to it. Living together with the ghosts every day. And they're afraid of me. When I pass by the bathroom, the toilet cover would also make sound. And the toilet is fine. I would do it intentionally. I would just walk by and stop by the door of the bathroom. No sound. But as soon as I stick my leg, then there would be a sound. But if they didn't pass, then there would be no sound.
有时候就是跟鬼生活在一起也是蛮有趣的。
Sometimes it's also interesting to live together with ghosts.
佛菩萨都在那里，那进来的都是好的，都是善的。
And there are also many gods and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and they're all good ones. No need to be scared. When I get to the door to my bedroom, I would call upon Golden Mother of the Primordial Jetpon and all the deities, homage. I would pay homage to them all. And afterwards, I lift up my head and I would pay homage to the Golden Mother on the wall. And that Golden Mother would radiate light upon me. And every time the Golden Mother on the wall radiating light upon me, I would hear the footsteps, sometimes the sound of leather shoes from far to near, step by step, and no need to be scared. So these things happen. When I perform the Bardu deliverance of the 1,000 Dharma vessels, if I'm a little late and I'm still washing my teeth or flossing my teeth on the sofa, and they would say, hurry up, hurry up. And they would and from behind the back of the sofa, they would push their fists like push, and I said, wait, come on, shut up. As soon as I finished cleaning my teeth and washing my face, I would get on the Dharma throne. No need to rush me. Then they retreat their fist. All these things, and they're all very real. If you have heavenly eyes, you should come to my house and take a look. The Vajra Sutra is a great sutra. This sutra is extremely great. It's the king of all sutras. If you comprehend the sutra, you will be able to, if you actualize it, then you would be liberated from the rebirth in the 6 realms. Then all the afflictions will disappear. Nothing to worry you, because you don't gain anything. Nobody gets anything. So what are you afflicted about? So the Vajra Sutra has states it very clearly. What are you envious about? What are you jealous about? Bilqis is so wealthy. Are you envious of it? But even if he has money, it's the same as he doesn't have money. He doesn't get the money. Right? I'm telling you. The Vajra Sutra already said it. He doesn't get any money. So what are you envious about? What are you jealous about? When there's affinity, you're together. Without affinity, you are separate. So what is there to be jealous about? All habitual tendencies will be gone. All afflictions will be gone. What is it? If one is supposed to die, one will die. When one is supposed to live, one will live. What is there to be afflicted about? There's nothing to worry about. If you have pain and ailments on your body, that's eradicating karma. Once you eradicate your karma, when all your sicknesses are gone, then you'll die. Wouldn't that be good? It's good. You're clearing your karma. You should be clearing karma. What is there to be afflicted about? If you get cancer, let me tell you, the cancer are the enemies from your past lives creating havoc inside your body. We see it clearly. They would make like little balls or buns, and if they throw it to your brain, then you'll get it in the brain. If you throw it to the throat or whichever part of your bodies, then there will be tumor or cancer on that part. They were done by your enemies or karmic creditors. But as naive or innocent people, we are sympathetic toward our enemies. We should love our enemies. Those who have attained Buddhahood have the wisdom of equality, and we should love sentient beings, love our enemies. If you have read the Vajra Sutra, you need to put it into practice, then you would understand. Let me tell you, it is easier to understand, but it is much more difficult to realize it, to actualize it. It's very difficult to change habitual tendencies, but you should still change them. Because if you don't change them, how can you be liberated from the rebirth cycle? Very simple. Easy. You don't want to have any afflictions. You don't want to have any habitual tendencies. If people praise you, you're not elated. And you know there's nothing to gain. So what is there to be afflicted about? What are you envious about? There is nothing to gain. You're envious of those wealthy people. They work so hard. They're so pitiful. And those who loves to be in politics, to be the leader, and they're in high positions, but we're so pitiful. We should sympathize with them because they bear a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. And like big bosses, they have so many employees, such a huge factory. They have to bear such heavy responsibility. So pitiful, those people are so pitiful. But like us with shaved heads, we are so fortunate, and amidst this fortune, we are not aware of how fortunate we are.